Well, hey there. You're listening to the Gina Scalpone podcast, a podcast for hustlers and dreamers to get kick in the pants business advice with a little bit of fun mixed in. And this is your host, Gina Scalpone.
Shiny object syndrome. Do you feel like you have it? Okay, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me explain. As a business owner, I coach so many stylists and entrepreneurs that have shiny object syndrome. I, in fact, used to have that as well. It's very hard not to see something new that you want to try, something exciting that you want to bring into your business, some sort of new type of technique you want to market your business, some sort of new program you want to take without being completely aware if you have shiny object syndrome. So, shiny object syndrome is you start one project, it seems interesting, it seems exciting, you're getting it going, you're getting some momentum. You see something else that's interesting. You stop the first project and you go to the second project. Then you get that going, you start that project, then you go to the third shiny object that you see, and so on. Friends, this is never going to get you to your end goals. And maybe you don't even know what your goals are. And that's why you have shiny object syndrome. So, what I want you to do is have clarity on where you want to go. So, I was just coaching a stylist actually earlier today. And she's like, Gina, I want to coach other stylists how to do this color line that I love. I want to start selling wigs. I think I need to start showing up on Facebook. Should it be Facebook? Should it be Instagram? I want to start doing this and that. I'm like, listen, she's a seasoned stylist, so passionate, so amazing. Um, a really good, a talented person at her craft. She's a stylist. And I said, listen, we have to get focused on, okay, we want to brain dump all the things that you want to do, and then we have to list them in priority. And then we have to map out and give ourselves a certain amount of time to get each one done. Because if you're chasing all these goals and all these dreams, you're never going to land on any of them. So I said, let's get focused. Let's get clear on what you want. Now, the clarity could come from something that one of the projects that you're super passionate about, or it could be something that could be pretty lucrative for you. Or even better, it's one and the same. Because as business owners, we're not running charities, we're running businesses. So if you want to add something else on your already busy plate, you want to make sure you have clarity on why you actually want to do it. Are you trying to create more reach? Are you just giving back to your community? Are you just trying to learn? Are you trying to attract more income? Like, what is it that you want to get out of taking on this new project or this new task or this new service that you would potentially offer? So you don't want to bring on all the things at once because it's just going to overwhelm you. You're never going to be able to get them done. So the best thing you could do is take a deep breath, brain dump, schedule about a 30 minutes or maybe even 60 minutes time to actually sit down, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and write out all the ideas that you either have in your brain or that you're actually currently working on in your business, things that are actually into haven't been like completed. So let's use the example of selling wigs to this stylist that I was coaching earlier today. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about this. Like what kind of income do you want to make from them? What clients do you think would want to buy them? Where are you going to get them from? How much time are you going to spend marketing them? Are you going to put them on your website? Are you going to be posting them online? What are some of the things you can talk about regarding the amazing benefits of getting a wig from you? Like when you're due for your color appointment and you just, want to cover up your hair, right? Or today it's pretty cold in Chicago. It is February of 2025 and it's cold. So I decided to put a wig on. That's why I'm wearing them. So I'm like, I have so many ideas for you, but we just have to get clarity on why specifically this is the goal that you want and how much time it's going to take. Oftentimes us entrepreneurs, we think something's not going to take nearly as long as it does, and it takes so much longer. Then we end up frying ourselves, like we get overwhelmed and we get fried in our brain, and then we give up on it, and then we move on to the next thing. So I just like to help people that I coach in my programs or one-on-one or with the salon consulting that I offer. Like, what's your goal? Why do you want that goal? Let's have the why, because on the days that's really tough and really hard, you're going to want to be clear on your why, because that's going to have you get up and do it again and get up and do it again, especially on the days when it's sunny and warm and you want to go out and hang out with your friends or go to the park or whatever. You want to make sure you stay focused. You remind yourself of your why. So first we want clarity on what projects we're working on. why we want to do them. And like I said, you brain dump, you put everything out on the piece of paper, whether it's something you're actually working on or things that are just in your brain that you're thinking about. And then you number them. Which one's the most important? Okay. And let's use an example of the stylist I was coaching who wants to start incorporating wigs and selling them to her clients. Let's use that as an example. Like, what's it going to take to actually get this to be where you get your first sale from the specific strategy that you're using to market and have clarity around and put systems in place to schedule the time to be able to talk about these amazing products that you're going to start selling, which is the wigs. So we want to think these things through out. And let's say we give it, I like to work in quarters. So let's say, well, it's part way through the first quarter, but let's just say it was January 1st. We can work on it in January, February, and March. By the end of March, let's see if we get our first wig sold by using these strategies that we're working on. And then if that has started to work and we got a system in place, it could be a little hands off, like you got a flow to it, then you move on to your next project and so on. So, and then you number them in order, which is the most important, and you go through it that way. This way you're not overwhelmed. You're being very efficient with your time. If you're very clear about wanting to sell your first wig and getting all the flow and the system and the marketing, all that stuff in place to make your first wig sale, then you say no to everything else. So that's what makes it easy to not get overwhelmed because you're very clearly focused on what you want and why you want it. And then once that project is completed and once you've made that sale, then you can move on to the next one. And it's so exciting to like check things off the list and say, oh, I figured out how to do that. Now I'm going to figure out how to do that. Because the thing is, if you're marketing online, which all of us are, and you're talking about your wig sales, that ideal client is going to be very different. I'm going to use this example. The stylist wanted to start coaching or teaching how to other stylists how to do this specific color that she likes to do or knows how to do and she's really good at. That ideal client is going to be like other stylists where she's going to go in their salon and do the coaching, the teaching of the color that she's going to be showing them how to do, or like a salon owner that would have you go in there and do a specialty class, things like that. So the message gets muddled if you're not clear on what you're trying to market. And so it could start with her, again, I'll use her as an example, selling the wigs, and then finding the salons or the stylists that want to pay her to teach them how to do this awesome color that she knows how to do. So once that happens, you get the flow of it. The marketing strategies are rinsable and repeatable. So in my business, gosh, I've had my own business now almost 15 years. The first couple years First, I started as a stylist. Okay. I had been a stylist at that point for 14 years. Then I decided I specialize in bridal hair and special event hair and makeup. I didn't do the makeup, but I eventually hired makeup artists. So, and my clients started asking me like, hey, I need some accessories for my hair. So I found a few really good upscale vendors, and I would bring hair accessories to the day of the trial when we were doing the trial for their hair. And then I started selling accessories, and then it expanded into, oh, they're asking me for makeup artists for the event. So went out and found myself an awesome team of makeup artists that I could freelance out the work for. And then it pivoted to wardrobe editing. So then I started offering wardrobe editing appointments for my clients. And then I pivoted it to selling wigs and clip-in extensions. So once I learned how to do the marketing and how to fine tune my goal at the time, how to like push away the shiny object, I could rinse and repeat the same thing. But at the time, I wouldn't be able to market wigs and clip-in extensions and accessories and wardrobe editing and all that stuff for the clients at one time. So I was very clear on what I was looking for and what I was trying to market and what goal I was working on at each time. So that's my advice for you, my friend. I hope this training helped you out. If it did, if it resonated with you, send me a private message on Instagram. Let me know what idea resonated with you, what's popping up for you. If you'd like to hop on a call to see if any of my services would be beneficial for you and your business and your beautiful brain, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, go to Glamhairus, and the link is below here somewhere. And I'd love to set up a call to chat and get a conversation going to see how I can help you and provide more value to you and your business and your life. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friends. I will see you next time.